Hello, welcome in. Happy Sunday, wherever you are. Welcome to Link to the Past Randomizer League. It is week 4 of season 6. It's spoiler pilot key sanity, and I am James F and X. Thanks to Pixcaliber today for tracking. And today we've got on the left Amish Paradise sitting at 6 points. 0-1 so far in this week. They got Zero Nicks running and Danny Music doing the piloting. And on the right, don't forget to track us. Sitting at 9 points. Picked up a win yesterday with Iker running and PRD Wong doing the piloting. So about to get started here. Countdown is on, and here we go. We got Zero Nicks starting off in the Sanctuary, picking up flippers. It's going to look a lot different than Randomizer if you've seen a ladder race or a SG Weekly or something like that. These runners don't have any information, but they've got someone in their ear or on their team that has the entire spoiler for the seed locations of all of the items, all of the keys. Also, extra information what the tree pulls are, what the bush crabs have, what your stun prizes are, and what items are dropped by enemies when you kill them. So these pilots are going to as quickly as they can. And both these runners do Hackery Hill looking for some items. Turrock's multi. Sorry about that. Back in technical difficulties getting things going here. But we do see runners have picked up a sword, a glove, and a smattering of keys through Kakariko. It looks like Ikea is going to head up to the uncle. There's that glove in the back of the tavern. Like I was saying before, both these runners have no information. There's powder from Sick Kid for Xeronix. Both runners lack information in terms of they're just playing their seed. They're getting told where to go. GT Big Key in Link's house is a good place for it. And they both have teammates sitting with them as Hammer sitting in the front of Escape or Uncle Chest. See if we continue on into the castle from here. Pilots both have, for each team has a spoiler with all the locations, all your keys, all your items, all the information you can want to beat the seed, and they're trying to form a route for the runner to beat the seed as quickly as they can, kind of pushing the limits of what these runners can do in terms of low percentage boss fights, things of that nature. All right, heading into the front of Escape. A little bit of money. We've got an early trip to Palace of Darkness coming up. That'll be required. With this glove and this hammer already, a Moon Pearl showing up soon. Should be expected here. Money difference right now, that 50 rupee drop for Iker in the front of Escape, plus Xeronix buying bombs. There's our lamp sitting in Boomerang chest, and that's it for Escape. Zelda Cell not gonna have anything interesting. We got a sword, we got a hammer. We're gonna take these to the South Shore somewhere. Looks like we're headed towards, oh man, I already have the Moon Pearl too, so this is directly in the Moon Pearl, Dark World for Iker. There's a lamp for Xeronix. I'm going to presume that the Moon Pearl is somewhere in Kakariko. Both runners have it. Given we haven't seen much differences between these two so far. Into Hype Cave. A free heart container, 0 delay. You gotta wait for that bomb to blow up anyways to get to the back. So nice to pick up a nice free easy heart container. In the back here, the big prize is another small key to Turtle Rock. That's the second, I believe. Gonna need 3 to complete the dungeon unless we gotta touch that lava chest. Meanwhile, Xeronix is gonna head into the Dark World from the Kakariko portal. So a little bit of divergence here in the two routes. And Iker is taking that money, that 50 rupee drop from the front of Escape. And is going to head to the Palace of Darkness. Doesn't look like much in the way of keys here, just the one small key. But something of importance in the front. Meanwhile, Xeronix into Skull Woods, into the middle. See what's in this chest here. This is a little tricky to get to on 3 hearts green mail. Was looking for the magic drop there, maybe, but it's gonna go pick up the small key out of the middle. Maybe this is all we're doing here to get to. Yeah, just gonna do this to get to the chests in the front. Meanwhile, Iker gonna take the right side of pod. Let's see what's over here. nothing in the bottle yet, so this will be a mimic clip for Iker. And a cape for Zero Nix in Skull Woods. The Death Warp back out. If that cape is required, we're going to see a Zero Nix head directly over to Bumper Ledge from here. It's a bit out of the way for a safety item, so I'm going to presume we're going to see something very important here on Bumper Ledge in just a moment. Meanwhile, Iker's still trying to get this red mimic to get stuck in the wall and off to its home planet. That's a big key. We'll be picking that one up. Note, if this, whatever this item is in the right side pod, Zero Nix does have a bottle with a potion in it. We'll be able to do a much easier glitch to get this red mimic off the screen. So a good opportunity to make up some time. There, the Iker does finally get that mimic off the screen. We'll pick up whatever is over here on the right side of pod. Zero Nix needs some money, so he's going to pick up this 50 rupees. Having already picked up... Oh no, we're going to the front of Aghanim's Tower. Take that cape and sneak in here, deal with these 2 ball and chain guards, and pick up whatever item is in the first chest. A flute in Palace of Darkness. That is a good movement item. And our first bow sitting in the first chest of Castle Tower. So Zero Nix is not going to have to do any shenanigans to get the items out of pod. We'll have that bow ready to go. And that looks like where Zero Nix is heading right now. Mirror on the right side of pod for Iker. Zero Nix is going to, that time picking up that cape and getting that big key off of that pod big key off of Bumper Ledge. Gonna be paid off here with a much quicker trip into Palace of Darkness. Into Hype Cave now for Zero Nix to pick up that rock small key and that heart. Looks like we got a trip to our good friend the Catfish. Hate to see a trip to the Catfish anytime you're playing this game. It looks like Zero Nix is going to head to Catfish first as well by taking the Whirlpool down here. That's a hook shot. That's going to speed up movement in the overworld a little bit until we find those boots. Also, we've got a mirror. We've got a hook shot. We don't have the Swamp Small Key yet. We're one piece away from that dungeon. It is a pendant. Hopefully we don't have to get in there this seed, but it's very rare when you have a dungeon with 10 chests in it not be touched at all in the Key Sanity seed. flute turn-in coming in for Iker. Zero Nix still has to get to Pod to pick up that flute and mirror. And this will likely be a trip up the mountain for Iker, given the speed with picking up that flute and that hook shot in the same trip. It is to the mountain we go. Old man's going to stay in the mountain today. Meanwhile, we're going to the back of Escape for Zero Nix. We're not going to the back escape. We're going to make some money because Zero Nix does not have the money for Pod. Going to get some cash out of the Houlihan room. Into Tower of Hera we go. This is Pendant Tower of Hera. Probably not going to beat this dungeon. Downstairs, map chest has a heart container. Iker's going to be happy to see that in the route. Quickly done with the hair pop. And upstairs lobby, there are mitts. So one pendant dungeon has a required item that tightens mitts in Tower of Hera. That'll open up several more checks on the mountain here. Zero Nix heading to Pod to pick up mirror and flute. The big key sitting on floating island. And Iker is going to head over to the Dark World checks without even touching Paradox, so presumably nothing in Paradox Cave. Got the hookshot out. Got something here in Hookshot Cave, though. Misery Mire, small key will speed that dungeon up. And Ether Medallion, not one of our required medallions for this seed, but it does speed up several rooms throughout the game. Makes them a lot safer. We are going to go get this big key on Floating Island. Meanwhile, Zero Nix on the right side of Pod. Going to pick up that mirror here shortly. Thieves Town big key. That is a crystal. We got to beat that one. Let's chest that... Iker did not pick up. Zero Nix is picking up a Skullwood small key. Having spent that one out of the middle, going to have that to beat that dungeon. Into Paradox Cave now for Iker after picking up Thieves Town big key. No bow, so the only thing Iker has to hit that switch with is one bomb. Does get a nice little refill. And the big prize here is the Desert Palace big key. And Zero Nix, having picked up that Pod big key off of Bumper Ledge. Got the flute, got the mirror, And with one small key, it's going to be able to beat this dungeon. So if there's nothing else in here, this is a huge advantage and efficiency for Zero Nix. Iker is heading into Dark World northwest corner. Got that Thieves Town big key now. Can take a look at beating Thieves Town on this trip. Still does need to pick up that cape out of Skull Woods. This is going to be a spicy fight for Zero Nix. Green Mail, 4 hearts. Just a hammer is a good weapon against Almasaur King. A Bombos for Iker. Also finally going to pick up this powder. Cape in the line for Zero Nix. Gonna try and... Gotta do spins to get hits here. Gets a couple in. Gonna use arrows for the rest of phase 2. Goes out of arrows now and has gotta finish off with some spins. All the tricks we've seen in the past to make this fight a lot easier, not really having access to any of those. Does get through it though, so Crystal down for Zero Nix. Iker picking up Samaria in Thieves Town. Zero Nix did spend a lot on that Helmasaur fight, but threw it in one trip. Gonna make a stop off Sarasla's hut. It's Eastern Palace big key. So that seems like a place where Iker can pick up a little bit of time back here. There are the boots in the attic of Thieves Town. Zero Nix is going to have to get up the mountain to get that Thieves Town big key. First, we got to turn this flute in. Picking up the main. You know, Zero Nix is going to take a flight to 1. Pick up all the goodies off the mountain. Zero Nix having a bit of bad luck trying to get across that bridge. Down to 1 heart's gonna have to be a little safe making it to Paradox Cave. Pick up the hearts in there. Iker through the blind fight. Almost here in Paradox 2, so do need that for a Turtle Rock entrance. We've already picked up a couple Turtle Rock smalls out of the way for a Pendant TR, so something is in that dungeon. Depending on what it is, kind of surprised that Xernix didn't end up getting that Samaria first out of Thieves Town. We'll see what is actually needed out of Turtle Rock. Iker are going to go pick up his cape. And that will lead to the Palace of Darkness big key. And also the bow in Agnes Tower. No mitts yet for Zero Nix. Gonna have to head back over and get the mitts out of here. All right, Iker with his boots and this cape gonna head over and pick up the Palace of Darkness big key. Let's see if this is an immediate beeline after this to Castle Tower for that bow. Admits incoming for Zero Nix. Iker not heading directly to the tower, is gonna stay in the Dark World for a little bit. Mitz for Zero Nix now gonna head back over and head to the Dark World, pick up that Thieves Town big key. King's Tomb in the way for Iker. For a Master Sword, that is a welcome sight. Zernix going to open Turtle Rock while they're here. And Iker going to head to the Misery Mire area. No Quake yet, can't get in. But we're heading into Desert. Another crystal, got the big key. Swamp Small on the Desert Ledge, so that's everything for Swamp Palace if we need to get in there, which we're not making our way to a Swamp Small for a Pendant Swamp if we don't need to go there. So we're next picking up the heart here in Hookshot Cave. Not going to bother with anything else. But is going to go that Thieves Town big key, which locks the boots. There's Turtle Rock big in Desert in the big chest. Iker is going to take this boss fight. This is kind of surprising to me. There must be something on the Desert boss. Otherwise, I would just wait until I got what I need from Misery Mire to come back here, have better weapons, have better ways to speed this fight up. This fight with Master Sword, no rods, no bow, it's going to be pretty slow. Ike are gonna get into it now as Zero Nix heads into Thieves Town. We'll pick up that Samario. Boots are in the Thieves Town attic, so Zero Nix will be picking those up shortly. Hiker 2 Landmo heads down. There's the last one, getting through this fight. Nicely done. Just 300 rupees. Unless we need that money, I don't necessarily agree with this decision by Iker to take this fight right now. Off to Swamp for Iker as Zero Nix making their way through Hellway. About to pick up these boots. Zero Nix having to play a little bit safe. Not the greatest loadout for dealing with the attic at Thieves Town. Does pick up those boots though. And Ike are going to make their way into Swamp Palace. Iker does have Samaria, which is nice. A little short on bombs to get through all of the different glitches here in Swamp Palace just with bombs. Got our tracker Pixcalibur, who has taken a look at the spoiler log. I have not. And Zero Nix is going to head into their blind fight. That down nicely done by Iker, picking up some extra bombs and a Burna. And a little bit extra safety, don't hate it. We're going at least to Waterfall. Are we going to beat Skull Woods? There's a hair small. Ew. Oh, you hate to see it. Do not like to see a trip into Hera, a second trip into Pendant Hera. Iker heading back to the front. Something on the left side as well, choosing to save and quit from that side as opposed to doubling up these rooms and then saving and quitting from the back. And into the desert area to pick up the Swamp Small for Zero Nix. Also get that Turok big key while we're here. Yeah, you certainly hope it is just the left side chest of these two for not making sure those pegs are down. Otherwise, we're going to be looping back around and taking more extra time. It is bow number 2 on the left side of Swamp. having to go into swamp for a Hera small key. That bow is probably faster to get than the castle tower bow with just a fighter sword. I can't imagine Zero Nix isn't going to get that bow and get silvers. Interesting to see how much time buffer Iker does or doesn't have, and if they make the call to get those silvers before Ganon. Really depends on whether we find another sword or some half magic, or what kind of other stuff we're finding in this seed. But back into Hera Basement for Iker. They will indeed make Landmo easier. But Zero Nix choosing to wait on the Turtle Rock Big Key and stuff until Misery Mire is ready to go. Into Desert. We'll pick up this Hera Small. We'll see if they pick up, see who picks up silvers. I can't imagine not picking up silvers while you're here. You got a Vidi fight on the horizon. You got Armos to fight still. You have a lot of bosses that silver arrows do speed up. Plus again, and there's our Quake medallion for Misery Mire. And now Iker gonna head into Turtle Rock. We've got 2 small keys, a big key. We can get to a lot of different places in this dungeon. Looks like Zero Nix is going to do left side swamp for those silver arrows. Into Turtle Rock we go. So our third pendant dungeon. Tower Hera had 2 required items amongst 2 trips. Swamp had silvers and the key to get the second item out of Hera. And now we're into Turtle Rock. Nothing in Chomps. Yeah, it's a very weird skull or a swamp layout when you need something from left side and you need something from the very back. So we're next picking up some extra bombs. I'm gonna steal this key from the Pokey. With this big key, it means we're headed either to... for bothering to steal the key, we're heading to Laser Bridge. Also not a good feeling. $845. I don't think we saw this from Iker. That's the Misery Mire big key. That's a miss for Don't Forget to Track Us. Tempered Sword in Crystal Roller Chest for Iker. We are headed to Laser Bridge. What is sitting on the bridge? It is our fire rod. Of course it is. Of course it's a fire rod. Why wouldn't it be a fire rod? It's not a huge time loss time-wise for Don't Forget to Track Us. It is a massive psychic damage. Up to the castle. This is going to be silvers for Iker. While Xeronix rushing Eastern Palace. At this point, I think we're just looking to complete dungeons. There's nothing in Eastern that's going to help out at all. Xeronix does still need to get Quake out of Hera Basement. Does still need to get that Fire Rod out of Turtle Rock. Does still need to get the Turtle Rock Big Key out of Desert Palace. We'll get to loot Mire and Desert together with those silvers. Should be reasonable. Meanwhile, Iker going to pick up that Eastern Palace Big Key on the way to completing Pod in Eastern. Double dip a Pod, but does get to get Eastern done on this trip as well. This is a run over to King's Tomb for Xeronix. Picking up that Master Sword. Rescue here for Xeronix. We did not see this at all on Iker's side. Rock small number 3. Don't believe we need that one. That feels like a bit of time spent by Xeronix Knowledge Paradise that Iker gets to make up. We'll get to skip the Pokey Key, which is nice. I think with Bombos, it might be a little faster to get the Pokey Key, but it isn't uh, a huge time difference. It isn't the time spent that Iker spent earlier mimic clipping. Iker through Helmosaur King. More friendly RNG for Zero Nix in the Chain Chomp room than Iker had. So Iker's going to rush through Eastern Palace. Zero Nix is choosing to fight these two Pokies with swords as opposed to using Bombos, because he's going to give up more time here. Does get through it, though. Going to pick up Tempered here. And then Fire Rod off Laser Bridge while Iker is finishing up Eastern Palace through the Dark Rooms. Silver Arrow's gonna make this fight real quick. And there is the Fire Rod for Zero Nix. Heading to Hera to pick up Quake, and that will be go mode for Zero Nix. Iker still needs to pick up that Misery Mire Big Key. See if there's any extra safeties here in Ice Palace. So for Iker is just going to head directly to the boss. At this point, if you're the pilot, you're looking for any on the route heart containers. Maybe another bottle. I already got powder, already got cape, already got Burna, so no other item safeties out there. But if Iker can find a 7th heart here, 7 is a much better number than 6 for Blue Mail. Half Magic is another safety out there that would be good. chat mentioning items that don't exist in the game. That's fine. Is the haters ball in here, Jesse? Dropping into Cold Stare, Tempered Sword. Bombo's gonna plenty of magic to fire rod these puffs if so it chooses. Should be pretty comfy fight. And nicely done by Iker. Gonna pick up this crystal. And there's a shield. There you go, chat. Get excited. As chat continues their philosophy wars, shields versus no shields. Iker gonna head to Misery Mire. Up a Desert Palace clear. But that shouldn't take long with the loadout that Zero Nix has. I don't think Iker actually grabbed the Misery Mire big key yet, so this could be very problematic for Don't Forget to Track Us. Yeah, they're realizing they don't have the big key. And out you go. Oh, Zero Nix gonna head in and do the Mire Desert double. Iker is going to go pick up that Misery Mire big key and head back. Zero Nix getting through Mire 2. Head to the back. No small keys. Going to have to go pick up the pot key. Iker going to head into Mire. Don't forget, Track is still a tiny bit in the lead. Zero Nix does still have to beat Desert Palace. We'll have a good idea where things sit when both our runners get to Skull Woods, which will be our last crystal for both teams. Zernix giving up on spooky action. Gonna do things the old-fashioned way. Well, Iker heading to the basement. Into the Vitreous fight. We got silver arrows. This is basically free. As long as your archery skills are good, and they are for Zero Nix, going to take Vitreous down. On there's a Skullwood Small. So that Skullwood Small that Iker skipped in Palace of Darkness, not gonna come back to haunt. There's another one along the way. And Zernix's gonna head in to finish Desert Palace now. Gonna take a Mirror Bonk. So that is crystal number 6 for Iker. Zero Nix picking up crystal number 5 in his Vitreous fight. And Iker is going to head to Skull Woods now. Finish out dungeons before Ganon's Tower. Red Igor doing a little defense for Zernix. And recovers and saves the Zero Cycle. Zero Nix getting it done, picks up that money, picks up crystal number 6, and making his way over to Skull Woods. You're picking up some extra arrows before the Ganon's Tower climb. Very smart. And through the Mothra fight. So crystal number 7 coming in for Don't Forget to Track as for Iker. Zero Nix had his shield stolen. Shield haters in chat. There's no time subtracted as a bonus for no shield. You just get to entertain the shield haters in chat. Crystal number 7 for Zero Nix as Eichert is making his way up to Ganon's tower. So, game situation right now, we've got 6 hearts, blue mail for both runners. Iker has a blue potion in his inventory, I believe, still. Zero Nix has... I'm not sure if it has any potions left. Both these runners are really going to be hoping for a heart container in one of the 5 or 6 checks that are along the way. Okay, Zero Nix does have a blue potion as well. And Iker heading into Ganon's tower. We're going to head straight up. We got 1 small key, which is enough. And Iker are going to be fairly aggressively using resources here. Does have... a little cushion. Can take some time to take the refill room if they need to. So can be aggressive with resources getting through these rooms. Zero Nix into Ganon's tower, about a minute behind. Oh, bonk a shame. And that bomb's too far from the wall. Into the gauntlet. Blue mail, so the Stoutfos will do half a heart, and the horse heads will do a full heart. Spikes and Beamoses will do a full heart no matter what armor you're on. Alright. Iker through the gauntlet. We'll pick up this ferry. Land mode 2 not going so great. Through land mode 2, Iker's gonna pick up a little bit of resources, head upstairs. Zero Nix almost gets the 1 cycle. I would start singing Bonka Shame like Donka Shane, but I think SpeedGaming doesn't want any sort of copyright DMCA pull downs. Gonna be a tight race at the end here. Iker getting through torches. Powder coming in clutch on the climb. Moldorm 2 not being too bad for Iker. And we'll never know what's in that last chest unless you look at the spoiler. Moldorm 2, Zero Nix takes a fall. That is unfortunate. Zero Nix is going to try and hover this, make up a little bit of time. Let's get across. Aghanim 2 down for Iker as Zero Nix hops into the Aghanim 2 fight. A little bit of trouble in that cycle of Aghanim. But through the fight, and Iker into Ganon. No 1-1 for Iker. Into phase 2. Going to be aggressive with his cape here to get the one cycle in phase 2. Does have a blue potion. Zero Nix into the Ganon fight now. Can pick up some time here. Don't think that was enough hits. It was just enough. Oh, but a death from Zero Nix. Meanwhile, Iker through phase 3 into phase 4. And Iker finishing off Ganon. Get those GGs into chat. I have to give Zero Nix all the credit in the world for trying to put it on the line in this fight to catch up, but GGs for Iker picking up the victory. Moving, don't forget the track as to 12 points on this season. Zero Nix gonna finish this one out. Into phase 3 now for Zero Nix. And into phase 4 now. There you go, triple. And get your GGs ready in chat for Zero Nix going to cross this bridge and finish this race out. Real close race from both these teams. GG's. Official times, 1 hour, 7 minutes, 19 seconds for Iker. 1 hour, 8 minutes, 40 seconds for Zero Nix. Thanks to racetime.gg for providing our timing. And we are joined right now by Ike here and PRD Wong from Don't Forget to Track Us. GG's to the two of you. This was mostly straightforward, other than the some of the dips you had to do in pendant dungeons for Quake and that fire rod.
I don't know. I heard we took very different routes at the beginning.
Yeah,
extremely different.
Once you got out of Kakariko and got your glove, your hammer, and your moon pearl, things started to split up a bit. We are also joined right now by Amish Paradise's Zero Nix and Danny Music. GG's to the two of you.
Yo, GG.
GG.
Great race today. We're just talking about some of the divergence between the two of you after you picked up your Dark World kit. Things kind of split up a bit. Zero Nix and Danny, you two headed over and got that first bow out of the castle tower to set up a single trip of Palace of Darkness, while PRD Wong and Iker, you two prioritize those boots in Thieves Town.
Yeah, I didn't screw up the mimic clip. Well, I screwed up twice while I was doing it because my start didn't work. But yeah, having the bow would have made that much easier.
Yeah, that was the divergence. We prioritized doing pod in a single trip, which meant that Nick was kind of doing it on a bit rough equipment, so maybe it was better to just commit to getting boots a little earlier and double dip pod.
Yeah, I think we already had me do it because there was a sword on the way. Once we got the cape, we just got the big key off of Cape Ledge, and then we went elsewhere, and we came back to pod after getting just the mirror and the Samaria, I think was there. I don't remember what was there. Mirror, do that. Then the
mirror and flute were in pod.
Mirror and flute, and then the hook shot up at Catfish.
Yeah.
Yeah, this had us dipping all sorts of dungeons. Like we dipped every pendant dungeon and Hera twice. I don't know if you guys did Hera twice. Probably. I think you had to.
Technically, you could have dipped Swamp twice, but I think that's way worse because there's a book in the first chest, and you could get the Swamp Small off a Desert Ledge that way.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I don't want to do that. Rather get the mirror.
One thing I did notice as you were doing that mimic clip is that Zero, you had a red potion, and that was we had a little bit of technical difficulties at the start of the race. I'm not sure where you picked that up.
I know where
you know, neither do I.
It was
was it Chicken Hut?
Chicken Hut.
Yeah.
Chicken Hut. Okay.
I really should have filled it before going in, because doing the bottle glitch is a lot easier for me than doing the mimic clip, but I can get it. I'm glad I got it in time, because I probably could have decided to race if I'd taken much longer.
Yeah, and then at the end, just you had about a minute lead going into Ganon's tower, and Zero, really well done trying to make that time up. Just that Ganon death at the end. I don't think it would have been enough had you survived it, but really making it a lot closer in the end with execution.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm sure Zero had definitely a better GT than I did. Nerves.
Oh yeah, big time. And bad mold worm placement on the first try.
That was
I
unlucky.
like 4 cycled Landmo.
Ooh.
Because I missed my silvers.
Yeah, we figured those would be worth it, at least just for like what we had left boss-wise, but also in the climb. Danny had the audible that we were pretty close, so we figured we might as well go for it, and ended up saving some time in the end.
I think my first bow was Swamp. I didn't get the one in Agate Tower until we decided to go do Pod Eastern. It's like, yeah, you're probably gonna want that for Meyer. But I figured it was worth the time saving.
Oh, you guys did pick up silvers then? Okay.
Yeah, we picked up silvers after Swamp, after the mountain stuff, before we did Pod Eastern.
Gotcha.
Lepiel in chat, your teammate doesn't want to talk about the climb anymore. How worried were you when you discovered you did not have a Misery Mire big key?
I panicked. I'm like, shoot, wait, I don't have it. Because I even reminded PRD, is like, when we're going to Icebound, it's like, hey, after this you're doing Meyer. It's like, I don't have the Meyer big key yet. Like, oh, wait, where is it? K45. It's like, oh, I bet they did that after Swamp. And then, of course, after I finish Ice, I forget about that. I immediately go to Meyer because I forget things like that. And fortunately, I realized in room 2 that after I did room 2 and we were in the big room, after I picked up the 5 arrows, that I didn't have the Meyer big, so we mirrored out. Yeah, that could have really changed things if I had gotten deeper.
I discovered that you didn't have the Meyer big key.
You're probably happy about that. We were surprised you didn't do Desert after like just getting the big chest. I went in there and did it immediately.
We didn't.
I figured I got Master Sword. This will be good enough. Do it now.
Yeah, because we were going to beat Meyer anyway, and then at that point we knew we'd have silver arrows and fire rod, so figured it was faster to beat Desert Boss then, and there wasn't anything we needed on the boss. So.
At that time, I think we weren't sure if we were going to have silvers or not, and the fire rod was such a long ways away that, and we didn't get ice rod. I don't know where that was. So
it was
the gear I had. I figured it was like, this is the best shot at getting it. I'm just going to do it now.
Yeah.
And then we figured out, oh well, we're probably getting silvers like 20 minutes later.
Yeah, we had a little bit of a money issue for Pod 2, and I think Nick ended up hula-hanning. Then we were at like 50 rupees, and none of the tree pulls were anything. The stun prize wasn't anything. All of the 100 rupee locations were out of the way, and I'm just like, how the heck are we supposed to get money? So
I think I accidentally picked up the first chest in Castle Tower, or then the Escape, and that was 50 rupees. I think they said, oh, well, now I have pod money. That might have been.
Yeah, I saw that.
We had that afterthought, yeah.
PRD didn't tell me about that one. I just picked it up out of habit. It's like, oh, cool, money. Otherwise, yeah, I don't know where we would have gotten money. I'm sure there was somewhere around.
Yeah, we also had bought bombs after doing some Kakariko stuff, which would have saved us 50 rupees.
And I took the scenic route to King's Tomb. Can't forget about that.
That's unfortunate.
I'm not sure which route that is. Flute 2?
It's not. No, it wasn't. It was Flute 2.
It was I save and quit to Link's house instead. I was like, oh shoot, how do I fix this? And I just kept going the wrong way, and just like, I got there. It's fine. It's over. I'm not gonna worry about it. Just gonna forget it ever happened. I'm sure chat roasted me, but you know what? Well deserved.
I've done that too. Not this race, but yeah, it's easy to screw that up. They're doing cross keys a lot.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Hey, next.
First try hover on Moldorm. That fall doesn't count because that was Moldorm's fault. We weren't trying to kill Moldorm. Nick just wanted to hover it.
Congrats on the hover.
Thank you.
All right, next week coming up, we got Ganon Hunt, Champions Ganon Hunt. Amish Paradise, you guys are taking on JKLOL. Gonna be a tough time to get some points back in the league, and don't forget to track this. You're taking on the Tal Roomies.
They're easy. It's fine.
It's free. Yeah. $0.
Tal Roomies is also easy. It's fine. Every match is easy. You just have to win the game.
Yeah, this one is so variable though, so who knows what's gonna happen.
We may have lost to you guys twice, but you guys are easy. It's fine.
The confidence. No, well played, guys. Great series. This was a lot of fun.
It was fun.
Yeah,
good close games.
Very close. Although I feel bad being over an hour because like I've tracked like 3 of these and they've all been like 50 minutes, 48 minutes, 52 minutes, and like we've been taking an hour. It feels so bad.
At least you didn't have the hour and a half seed with from I think that was Friday with
oh, there was one. Oh wow.
Yeah, with Hookshot on pedestal and having a double dip Turtle Rock and Misery Mire, which are both pendants. It got posted in one of the Curse Seed channels, and it is one of the worst seeds I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, good luck to you guys on your next week.
Thanks.
Yeah, you as well.
It's fine.
GG's to all 4 of you. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for putting on the show. if you're not following these two runners. You got links in chat for them. You can also pick up the tracker, or the pilot standing music of PRD Wong. Get that stuff off ALTTPR League, ALTTPRleague.com, with the schedule for everything. Today, we've got a lot more races coming up. 4 o'clock Eastern, right here on SpeedGaming 5. We've got Noble Foxes versus the Spoilers. Obscure Lifeform versus Elgadison. Should be a great race. At 9:30 Eastern. JKLO, we just mentioned, they're easy. Don't worry about it. Taking on Leftovers Restocked. That's on SpeedGaming 2. And also at 9:30 Eastern, it's your mom's favorite rando team against the Fendrana Drifters. Shireen and Wallkicks taking things on SpeedGaming, the main channel. So that is our Invitational League schedule for the rest of Sunday, the rest of Pilot Spoiler. And then tomorrow, we start with Champions Ganon Hunt. One of the more volatile modes this season. Should be a fun one to watch. That's going to be it for me here. Thanks everyone for tuning in. I want to thank Tracker Pixcaliber for keeping things marked, keeping everyone informed on what's going on in the race at a glance. Can't get these done without our trackers and our volunteers. So thanks, Pixcaliber. I'm James FNX. That's going to be it for me today. Hope to see you again soon. Have a good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. We'll see you next time.